Hello, Trisha.
Hi.
What's up?
So,
Hi.
what are we discussing
Trisha, I
today?
have uh, that is for the later part. Today, I have a
Acha.
question. Have you
Again,
seen
you and your
Bazigar?
question.
Have you
Bazigar.
seen Bazigar?
Bazigar means
Yeah.
Shahrukh Kajol Bazigar.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I have
How
seen
many
it
times?
many times. 10,
How
12
many?
times? 10, 12 times, maybe.
Okay, you are the right person to ask this question. I have seen it only once. So I don't
Okay.
remember. Was there there's a dialogue na हार के जीतने वालों को बाजीगर कहते हैं. So,
Yes.
in Bazigar movie, how many times did Shah Rukh Khan have to lose before he could be called Bazigar? I'm wondering.
I don't know. What sort of a question is this? Haven't we come here to discuss cricket? Why are you asking me
Arre,
such questions? I don't know. Once,
but
twice. What? He lost. He lost once. His father lost something. Yeah. Why? What
but
has Shahrukh Khan got to do?
KKR, his team has lost four. Now I am wondering after how many more losses will they come back and say कि हार के जीतने वालों को बाजीगर कहते हैं.
At midnight, I don't come for discussions. You know, for you to say such horrendous things.
Four consecutive losses, four back-to-back losses, and this is the discussion which we will do on Facebook right now. If there are any people watching us, you all can also join in by posting your comments. That what has
Absolutely.
gone wrong with KKR, because the first match they played against SRH on a Chennai pitch, which usually favors bowling. They played really well, scored more than 80, won the game, and their main batters, that is Russell, DK, Morgan, neither of them did really well. DK played a 22-run innings, but they still won that game. It was an all-round effort. Now, from that time, they have lost four games in four different ways.
Correct.
So, if I say like what's going wrong, and if I talk about the man who is leading the team, the captain, the World Cup winning captain for England, Owen Morgan, what's what's right, what's wrong, what's the problem with his captaincy? There must be some problem. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like he's not using his own brains. That's for sure. Because the
Hmm?
captaincy seems to be pretty much happening from outside and not from the ground, because the faults that or the mistakes that were there in the captaincy when Dinesh Karthik was captaining the team continues to be in Morgan's captaincy as well. But they are two different
Hmm.
captains, and it can't be that both the captains are making the same mistake. So it's something which is coming from the team management, and it points at McCullum more than anything, because there's one more thing, McCullum getting in Kyle Mills as coach along with him. It's a package system that he has got. So it seems like something is definitely fishy in the dressing room. What do you think?
Package system. I just remembered about my net package. It will end tomorrow. I have to recharge that. What I feel, usually Morgan is a captain who takes the game forward by making great fielding changes. That's what he does. Bringing in bowlers which you aren't expecting to be brought on at that point of time, or maybe at times sticking to bowlers, giving one more extra over to bowlers. But seen matches that they have played, in the game against RCB, Varun Chakravarti took 2 wickets in the second over itself. Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar, he got both of them out in 1 over. He wasn't given any other over after that. Like Glenn Maxwell was there. Glenn Maxwell had come into bat. He was not set. Against him, Varun Chakravarti was not at all used. And when Glenn Maxwell was set, Devdutt Pallikal was also set. Then Varun Chakravarti was brought on. By that time, the damage was done. And then ABD came and they scored 220. Even in the last game, Prasidh Krishna against Rajasthan Royals, first over he bowled, he gave away only 3 runs. And then he was not brought on for the first half at all. I think he was brought on at the 13th or 14th over again. And by that time, again, the match was already in Rajasthan Royals' grasp. Like Rajasthan had to lose it from there, I felt. So
True.
these kind of changes, along with, for example, Russell, somebody like Russell, who has found his touch, I would say, from the RCB match, because he hit uh, Chahal for, I think, more than 20 runs in that over. And then against CSK in Mumbai, he almost took the game away. Or what should I say? Like, he relaunched their attack. That's why they came so close to that 220 total, which CSK had set for them, 221 target. And in
Correct.
this game, Russell gets to bat in the 16th over. Like, there, in the hindsight, people will say that Dinesh Karthik was sent uh, just to give Russell those last 5 overs or last 4 overs so that he could get go all out. But this Mumbai pitch was not that well for not that suitable for batting. And having the top order had already batted on it, so they should have got an idea that even Russell needed some time to get settled on this wicket. So what they could have done, they could have brought on Russell before Dinesh Karthik and gave him those extra 15 balls. And
No,
then he
but
could
they
have
got the
taken this.
bigger batter. No, before that, they sent the bigger batter of the team. No, Sunil Narine. The same ploy. My point is, why is Sunil Narine coming at number 4? Either, okay, if you
Exactly.
have to really use his batting, then you can do it. See, the thing is, initially Sunil Narine had started as a surprise package. He has no
Yeah.
surprise package anymore. Everybody knows he's uncomfortable with the short ball
Yeah.
and the Yorker. That is what they bowl to him. So why exactly is he there at number 4, where
Exactly.
Russell could have
And
had
if
2 balls more maybe,
yeah, and
and
if
that would have
Sunil
helped him
Narine
to
had
settle
to
down.
bat, yeah, and if
Sorry,
Sunil Narine had to bat, uh,
has to be in the power play.
right at this point, yeah, has to be in the power play, especially because Shubman Gill is not finding his way out in the power play somehow. Maybe you can demote Shubman, or what you can do is Shubman can be left out of the team for maybe one match and just see what happens, because there are other players also in the team. Because if you don't give Sunil Narine the power play overs, there's no point, because in the 2 games he came to bat later in the order, he scored one boundary and then got up. He will definitely
Exactly.
get caught because he doesn't have those acumen to. He's not a proper batter. Let's face it.
And hence,
So
what is he doing
he,
in the middle, or like middle overs from 7 to 15? There's no place for someone like Sunil Narine, because he will eventually get caught. All the short balls are the reason he's getting caught, and you're continuously
yeah,
sending him. Okay, once, twice, I understand, but you're continuously sending him there. Why not? I don't know.
exactly,
Why not promote some? Why can't Owen Morgan walk in before Narain, and then a Karthik and then
hmm,
a Russell can come, and they will have. And
exactly,
you know, I also feel that people say that it's okay. Sunil Narain can get out later on as well, but when you're walking in at 72 for 4, and when you're walking in at 72 for 5, there's a difference. Even if
exactly,
from 4 to 5 is Sunil Narain, there is still a difference in psychology. You'll be psychologically a little, pushed back. And that is the reason
exactly.
that nobody, like the KKR think tank, should stop looking at Sunil Narain at number 4. At either open the batting again. You know, with Shubman Gill, my only point is, if you bring in Sunil Narain in place of Shubman Gill, then it becomes a left-left combination with Nitish Rana. That is the only issue
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
and
maybe, yeah, sorry.
yeah. No, you continue, and then I'll go
Yeah,
to the
I said
batting aspect.
maybe because Nitish Rana was doing well last year as well. He played well last year as
Yeah,
well. So why not bring him at number 3? Keep him at number 3. It's just fine. He was scoring at number 3 as well. So maybe
exactly.
bring Shubman Gill and Sunil Narain. What that eventually does is, because Shubman Gill is not striking well, suppose Narain gets going in one match, that will help and ease Shubman Gill at the other end, because he then won't feel the pressure of run rate all on him alone. So that's what I
Exactly.
feel.
Exactly. And if I talk about the batting aspect, apart from Nitish Rana and that too in 2 games, and contributions from Rahul Tripathi, the batters, the more renowned batters, that is Morgan, especially Morgan, because he hasn't done anything with the bat. DK has performed in one game, 1.5 game, because he scored a 22, which was very vital in that SRH game, and then he scored a 40 odd in that CSK game. And Russell, again in that CSK game, he performed. Other than that, these three guys who are the backbone of the team when it comes to batting, none of them have performed, and along with Shubman Gill, because Shubman Gill is someone whom they have invested in. So I feel the batting is also letting them down as a whole, because against Mumbai they were chasing 152, 153 target. Mumbai had scored 152, and at one point of time they were strolling to the win, and from there they kept on hitting bad shots and lost. Could only score 142, lost by 9 runs, lost by 10 runs. So that is a game which they will rue at the back end of the tournament, because those were two very easy points.
Absolutely. And also, the food for thought here is Shubman Gill was batting in Australia. Like, I mean, he was batting better than many other seniors in the team as well. And he didn't seem intimidated, or he didn't seem scared, but he does seem a little scared here because he doesn't seem very comfortable. And his
Yeah,
technique hasn't changed. He showed the glimpses in one of the matches. Then there's something wrong in the dressing room. What eventually happens, Orgo, when the players are not comfortable in the dressing room, when there is something wrong, something negative in the dressing room, they carry that on field. And that is what is exactly showing, because that can be also understood from the way KKR is fielding. KKR fielding
yeah,
lapses have been devastating. I mean, Shubman Gill missing that catch, Nitish Rana giving that boundary. I mean, all everywhere. And fielding is something you will always understand. That is something which differentiates a team which is enjoying its game and the team which isn't. And KKR at this
exactly.
point is not enjoying their game. And not enjoying their game, not only because of defeats. Many teams have suffered losses. Punjab was also going through a bad phase, but KKR seems dismantled in the head. Punjab was doing
Exactly.
mistakes, they were repeating mistakes, but with KKR, at one point in today's match, it seemed like just because they have to be in the park, they are playing the match. They would much prefer if they didn't need to play the match, and that is something that shouldn't happen in this league. Definitely not.
Definitely on a Mumbai pitch where in power play you have to score close to 50 at least, and they were really struggling in power play. I felt the intent was not there because there were not too many big shots. Then there was run out. Shubman Gill got run out. The players that came in after that didn't get the run rate up, and again at the end Russell was left too much to do, and then he got out because he had to come in and he had to swing from the first ball, which was not that easy on this particular wicket. And when I talk about the bowling, KKR bowling, they gave away 200 runs on two occasions on a pitch in Chennai, which was little favorable for batting. They gave away 204 against RCB, and against CSK 220. 220 on any wicket, be it the flattest wicket on earth, it will be difficult to chase. And then their batting faltered, 31 for 5, they were down. But the bowlers also are not performing to the best of their abilities. Yeah, there have been some bad bowling changes, but apart from Varun Chakravarti, I don't feel there's, be it Cummins, be it the other bowler, Shakib was there. Russell had a very good match. He took 5 wickets in one game and single-handedly almost won that game against Mumbai, but KKR batters couldn't perform. Other bowlers are really struggling. They have brought in Prashid Krishna, they have tried out Mavi, Nagar Koti. So they have tried out many bowlers, but it's not clicking. What do you think?
Absolutely. But my question is, why are you chopping and changing every match? See, for example, we were all discussing about Ruturaj Gaikwad. CSK gave him a number of chances, and now he's coming good. You have to give a player a certain a certain number of matches. But my biggest concern is the names that you took. be it a Prasidh Krishna, be it, when it comes to batting Shubman Gill, I will just repeat myself that these guys have just come from tours where they have performed. Then why, see, when you come from a slum, understandable. See, for someone like Morgan, he was not performing for England also. So I understand if his bat is not talking much. But what about Shubman Gill? What about Prasidh Krishna? Prasidh Krishna was bowling some fantastic Yorkers for India, and I don't see the same kind of rhythm. That could very well. That is the reason I'm saying that something has to be wrong in the dressing room, because this is the same way that KKR had played last season as well. And that season, DK was the captain. Same mistakes, same that show of they have pressure in their. I don't know. There's something very very wrong in the dressing room, and I think everybody is under this chopping and changing pressure. They're like, if I don't perform, maybe I'll be dropped in the very next match, and that is not going to help anyone. And if you ask me, why would you drop a Shakib and get Sunil Narayan? Get the Shakib and let him play a few more matches. Let him settle
Exactly.
down a little, because Shakib
Yeah.
will give you more responsible batting than a Sunil Narayan. Sunil Narayan
Yeah.
might give you a few runs in 5-6 matches, but Shakib will score in 4 matches out of 5. But you have to give him that long run. But you're not ready to do that, and probably Shakib wouldn't have got the chance in the first place if probably Nareen didn't have a niggle, and that is Nareen was,
Exactly.
yeah. So, and that is something which. Honestly, which is beyond me, because even he's a spinner, and he's someone who can control the ball well, brings in a little variation
Exactly.
because he's left arm. So no, I don't
Also, we
know.
have to also in case of Shakib, because he was banned and then there was coronavirus for a long period of time, the matches didn't
Correct.
happen. We have to look at the fact that he didn't get that much match practice also. Like
Correct.
other international players, he was not totally in that kind of match practice before coming to IPL. And
Correct.
when you are on the part of Sunil Narine, again, when you are bringing in Sunil Narine, you won't get those 4 firsts, 3 firsts from Sunil now Narine nowadays, because he has lost that zing in his bowling after that changed action. So if you have to get the maximum out of it, let him open the innings and see if he can do well or not. There's the chances that he will get out, because people have found out his weakness against short ball. Especially, he even got out against Rajasthan against a short pitch delivery. That was a slower one. So people will use slower deliveries. It's not a guarantee anymore that Sunil Narine will score runs in the power play. It's not a guarantee anymore that he will win you matches with his bowling. So just stick with Shakib in that sense. Like, he might take 3 or 4 matches to settle down, but again, the matches where Shakib bowled, he bowled well. He didn't do that well with the bat, but he bowled well in the matches that he was selected.
Absolutely, and that is where I was trying to point out. So you just said that Sunil Narine is not a wicket taker anymore. He cannot guarantee you those 3-4 wickets. With someone like a Rashid can probably. So if he cannot guarantee you anything with the bat, if he can't guarantee you anything with the ball, then why is he in the team? Why can't you give more chances to someone like Shakib, who can actually add more to the team, not only with the bat, ball, with the
Yeah.
leadership as well, because Shakib has good brains as well, and he can help Morgan, leading the team.
Also, they had someone who changed the course of their campaign midway through the season last season, Lockie Ferguson. He's
Yes,
good with the bat and excellent with the ball on slow pitches. He
absolutely.
has the he has the pace. He has a good bouncer. If he balls in tandem with Prasidh and Cummins, you never know. Like, that's how last year KKR's campaign turned around in the middle of the season. Yeah, they
Absolutely.
lost 1 or 2 matches at the end and couldn't qualify. But why not give Lockie Ferguson a chance? Because again, Lockie Ferguson is someone who has that X factor. He will bowl those Yorkers. He will get you those wickets. Even he will use the long handle to get you some runs, just as Pat Cummins does. So why not try out Lockie Ferguson?
Absolutely, I think it's KKR again is going with the same pattern. and the same blueprint, which is not working for them, which is definitely not working for them. They should get Lockie Ferguson. Maybe, I don't know who should be there for foreigners. They can change in between Shakib and Lockie depending on the pitch. If it's a spin friendly pitch, you go ahead with Shakibul Hasan, because I really don't see Sunil Narine. I mean, again, taking nothing away from Sunil Narine, he has won many matches for KKR, but horses for courses. I mean, if it's a spinning track and if you're getting batting along with bowling, then why do you want to stick with someone who's not giving you enough in both the categories?
Exactly.
Orgo, we have gone past 20 minutes. We had planned, we generally plan our discussions to be 10 minutes, and they end up becoming, I don't know, 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and I think we can still go on. But what is important is, I think our viewers should also join in the discussion and tell us what do they think, what exactly is wrong with KKR, and what are the issues that they can solve before the next game, right?
Exactly. And for that, please, go on.
No, you go ahead, please.
Yeah, so for that, they have to follow us on Instagram, like us, and follow us on Facebook also. And definitely subscribe to our channel on YouTube so that, and give us ideas. This segment is called How Discuss Correct. It means that we will be discussing about a lot of topics, not only related to cricket, but other sports too. So give us ideas. Give us ideas which we should discuss on, and join us, because you can just write down your comments and join the discussion while we are live. So we usually go live at this point of time every night, I should say.
Every night.
And so that's what they should do. And for now, I think it's time to say goodbye. So we'll join again y'all tomorrow. Or I should say today. I don't know.
No, it will become tomorrow. No, it will be 12.
Again, it will become.
Yeah, exactly. So we will join you tomorrow. But guys, the new COVID strain is very, very serious. So please stay at home. Please take care. And please keep yourself and everyone around you safe. Wear only N95 mask when you're going out. Thank you for joining us, and let's hope tomorrow we get a few comments from you guys and some bright ideas, because we will discuss, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.